A brand new service which we can be proud of is now available at the Maria Holder Diabetes Center. Vascular or ABI screening. Who should get a vascular screening? Persons living with diabetes or persons who experience pain or burning sensation in their legs or toes, especially while they are resting. This is normally referred to as bad circulation. Book your vascular or ABI screening test today by calling the Maria Holder Diabetes Center 243-3937 to get more information and make an appointment. Board members get 10% off.
Happy Saturday morning, VOB! Good morning, everybody! To Larry Mears and all of his friends. I could call names, but I wouldn't, because you know who you are. Welcome to 15 of the healthiest minutes that you will hear on your radio for the entire week, with the compliments of the Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program, and who else? You know who it is, right? The Maria Holder Diabetes Center. This is Peter the Voice here. Make sure you listen to these healthy minutes that are especially designed for people who are diabetic or pre-diabetic. And you know the statistics for how diabetes has impacted on Barbados, right?
Did you know nearly 1 in 5 adults in Barbados have diabetes?
You heard the lady with the beautiful voice, right? Every 1 in 5 Barbadians have diabetes. That is why we have the Maria Holder Diabetes Center located in Warren St. Michael, looking out for you, helping you to keep on track with your diet, making sure you get your eye screened yearly for diabetic retinopathy, and podiatry services to look after your feet and to look after all 2 of your feet too, not one and not the other, and vascular screening services. The number to call is
243-3937
to access all of these services especially designed for the diabetic community.
243-3937.
So let me go to our first topic for this morning. You might be home listening to VOB, and you might have gone to the doctor recently and been told that you are pre-diabetic, and you really would like to avoid becoming a full-blown diabetic. And you might be wondering if this pre-diabetic condition can be reversed. Or you might have a family member that is pre-diabetic and you would like to know what it is they need to do in order to reverse this condition. Well, Miss Victoria Cox, nutritionist with the Maria Holder Diabetes Center, has the answer for you.
When it comes to pre-diabetes, I think something that we want people to know is that progression to diabetes is not inevitable, and there are things that can be done lifestyle and diet-wise to help someone who has blood work diagnostic of pre-diabetes to return to blood work that is no longer a diagnostic of pre-diabetes. So, there are things that can be put into place, things that can be changed to prevent progression towards diabetes, and even for that person to go back to their doctor next time and realize that, hey, they no longer would be considered to have pre-diabetes based upon their blood work at that time. So there are things that, like I said, can be put into place, both from a diet perspective and exercise. From a diet point of view, working with a dietitian obviously can, help somebody who's been diagnosed with pre-diabetes change their overall eating patterns, often when it comes to changing perhaps their carbohydrate intake. So looking at the fiber content of their carbohydrates, the portions of their carbohydrates or starches, the glycemic index of their starch or carbohydrate of choice. So shifting, making replacements for higher fiber options is definitely something that I would look at in a pre-diabetes situation. So choosing high fiber starches at all meals, moderating portions of those starches, being sure to balance meals with lean protein and high fiber vegetables. Definitely assessing someone's beverage intake can be a big help as well. So of course, tackling the sugar-sweetened beverages. So a lot of it comes down to sort of overall healthy eating practices. If somebody is interested in losing weight and, they are overweight or obese, then that can also, make a significant difference as well as far as helping from a pre-diabetes point of view. So of course, making dietary changes to facilitate weight loss is something else that a dietitian can help someone with, all in the efforts to prevent progression towards diabetes. And of course, then there's the exercise piece, which is, basically you can think of as going hand in hand with the diet to help break that pre-diabetes into diabetes cycle.
Thank you, Victoria. Victoria. I hope you all hear what Victoria was saying. And if there's something that you want to know or that you missed and you got questions, maybe what you should do is call the Diabetes Center and make an appointment to see nutritionist Victoria Cox and get a customized meal plan that is designed especially for you. 243-3937. That is the number to call. Okay, so it's now that time of the morning where we talk vascular. Again, you might be home listening to VOB and you might have problems with your feet swelling up or burning sensation in your legs or toes, and you might have what Bajans call bad circulation. Don't take no chances here. Call and make an appointment for a vascular screening at the Maria Holder Diabetes Center, 243-3937. You will remember that for the last couple of weeks, we would have been hearing from Dr. Nina Yap, vascular surgeon from the QEH, addressing vascular issues. You remember that, right? Well, we asked Dr. Yap if there was any general statement she wanted to make on peripheral arterial disease and vascular issues, and this is what she said.
In terms of a general statement, I think that peripheral arterial disease, the more people that know about it and the more doctors that are looking for it is definitely better. That can only improve everyone's outcome with it. I don't want anyone to be, feel alarmed or I hope no one feels a bit disappointed about things that I've said about genetics, especially with poor circulation. What I'd absolutely just stress once again is that you can't change your age or your genetics or your ancestry line, but you can definitely impact how things go from what you can control with your artery health, essentially. And if at some point you do need a procedure or an intervention, you are so much more likely to recover in a good way and recover faster if all of your things like blood pressure, diabetes, cholesterol, and exercise lifestyle, if all those are in top condition as possible, you're so much more likely to get through any issue that you may encounter with poor circulation. You're going to get through that better, that's undoubtedly.
Thank you, Dr. Nina Yap, a lady, which reminds me to say belated International Women's Day, which was celebrated this week. If you look on the Diabetes Foundation social media pages, you would see recognition of this important day. So we celebrate all the ladies out there in VOB country who are listening, doing great things, whether you are a lawyer, a doctor, a cook, or a mother, or a CEO. Also, all the ladies of the Diabetes Foundation like Dr. Diane, Dr. Soyambo, Renee, Hillary, Janelle, Victoria, Nurse Tracy, Podiatrist Tony, CEO Claire Jordan. We recognize all these magnificent ladies, and today's song of the day is dedicated to all the proud Barbadian women out there. We take you back to 1985 to Peter Allen, Calypsonian Adonijah, with his classic Kaiso, Woman, compliments the Maria Holder Diabetes Center.
I stop and wonder when I hear Kaizo, how them Kaizo man does treat their woman so. They singing about woman in a party, winding up she boomsy, while somebody jam she. Is this all they have to show? Kaizo man, please lend me your ear. This is something I think you all should hear. In your search for wealth, in your quest for fame, never ever cause your woman shame. To me she is mother of our children, bearer of life, my queen, my friend, my woman, my wife. Come walk with me, hand in hand, we will guide the youth unto the promised land.
Book your vascular or ABI screening test today by calling the Maria Holder Diabetes Center, 243-3937.
beginning, the Father made his plan. He saw the need for man and woman, so we must show appreciation, love, consideration, stop the exploitation. It's time to take a stand. These songs you sing on the radio, every word the little children know. If you sing about woman jamming in a fest, how could the youth ever learn respect? To me she is mother of our children, bearer of life, my queen, my friend, my woman, my wife. Come walk with me, hand in hand, we will guide the youth unto the promised land.
We welcome Mr. Errol Griffith.
Thank you, Peter.
Errol, what has been your experience with diabetes?
Boy, I gotta go back to what year, but for my wife's 40th birthday, I took her to the doctor as a gift, and we were shocked that she was diagnosed as having diabetes and having to take medication. And I think it was 2 years after, because I started making that an annual gift to my wife. I think 2 or 3 years later is when I was told that my blood sugar levels were too high.
Tell us about your experience with the Maria Holder Diabetes Center.
My interaction with the Maria Holder Diabetes Center has actually been through Dr. Diane Braffett. She has such a heart for pure persons, and then the heart to see change as relates to diabetes, hypertension, etc. And so I've been happy to do everything that Diane has asked me to do, including this interview.
So did you find that Dr. Braffett and the staff was receptive to all of your questions?
Dr. Braffett is receptive and beyond. Not only does she answer the questions, but she's always willing to give advice and make suggestions.
And did you find that advice to be helpful with helping you to cope with diabetes?
It certainly has been. I admit that I am trying to avoid medication and dependence on medication, and that I've made a determined effort that I will give myself time to do it by prayer, do it by diet, and do it by exercise. And so my diet and my exercise are more consistent than they've ever been in my 58 years. So the center, including the nurse, in addition to Dr. Diane, has asked me to, if I'm going to go the route that I am seeking, to really and truly be very disciplined in my diet and my exercise.
So would you recommend persons visit the Maria Holder Diabetes Center?
Of course. I have absolutely no hesitancy whatsoever.
If you are looking for an institution that's dedicated exclusively to the management of diabetes in Barbados, that offers a range of services that caters to both diabetics and pre-diabetics, the Maria Holder Diabetes Center, located in Warren St. Michael, is the answer for you. Whether it's diabetic eye screening, podiatry, or vascular screening, you will receive a level of service and treatment that exceeds any you might receive regionally or internationally. So if you are listening to your radio right now and need to make an appointment or need more information on any diabetic issue you might have, make that call now at 417-0305 or 243-3937. The last 15 eye-opening minutes you heard on VOB was brought to you with the compliments of the Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program and the Maria Holder Diabetes Center. Until next time, remember, your health is your wealth.
Did you know nearly 1 in 5 adults in Barbados have diabetes? Did you know diabetes is one of the leading causes of vision loss in the world? Regular eye screening can save your eyes. Contact the Barbados Diabetic Eye Screening Program today at 243-3937 to find out how you get your simple digital eye screening done for just $100. Board members get 10% off.